Good evening everyone and welcome to the Student StarCraft AI Tournament 2014. We have got the finals and without further ado we'll have the map Destination and we'll go right into the action. It is a best of 5 and let's speed it up a bit while I introduce the players. We have got in the green Martin Royackers with his bot, it is a LetaBot. And we have got, as the blue Protoss, we have got Thomas Vader and his bot is called XIMP. Okay, so what have we got? We have got a Terran, and I must say that I have been informed, and I've seen it on stream, that both players have been working on their bots as soon as they learned they reached the finals, because LetaBot is, or must say, used to be a very, very cheesy bunker rush, proxy barracks, marine pressure bot. It was very good. It reached first place of the round of 42, so the round robin with all bots in it, 42 bots. It came on first, and now it is going for a for an economic build. So it's a depot first, and I have never ever seen him do this. While XIMP by Thomas Vader is normally, or was normally, about a fast forge with cannons to wall it in and then go on 2 bays or later 3 bays and then build carriers. By the looks of it, LetaBot is walling off, or will wall off as soon as another supply depot or bunker will be built here. And what is it doing now? Okay, so they've played against each other a couple of times on the random ladder and in the round of 42. And it has all appearances that XIMP is just going for its bread and butter. It has a ridiculous win rate that in the random matches pool. And in fact it did end up second in the round of 42 only because it is not participating as a student. So the StarCraft the student StarCraft AI tournament is about students, but non-students can participate as well, which means that the prizes can only be given to students for the main part. What we have here is the conclusion of the round of 8. So of all the best players, also non-students, we took the best 8 and placed them into an elimination bracket. As said, LetaBot Martin Royackers won the round of 42, and now the round of 8 finals we find the top 2 bots of the round of 42 back in action, and that is really astounding. It does show that these bots have something extra and will do whatever it takes, even be recoded by their masters to win the tournament. As you can see, I have installed a plugin in Chaos Launcher which will hide the replay's progress, and I can also say that I haven't seen this game myself yet, so let me take you with me on my journey and see what these two gentle bots have up their sleeves. So here we have got a fast expansion, relatively fast, and we have got some cannons in the main, and then we'll get a core. So it seems that XIMP is going for a very, very fast carrier. Yep, here we go, a Stargate. All the while LetaBot, oh look, it's learned to build medics. If you haven't seen it play before this, oh look at that, it's got a very short, nice push. Martin Royackers is a genius. His first incarnation of LetaBot was just 2 Marines, two SCVs mining and 2 scouting, and if they found the enemy they'd build a bunker and shoot things up. And that was so effective because it was very fast and tuned down to the last mineral, and it is astounding to see that now it's got a siege tank and there is only 1 cannon here. Oh dear, this is not really, its engagement skills obviously haven't been as fine-tuned as can be, but 1 siege tank can shoot up a hell of a lot of minerals at the cost of just, Well, nothing actually. So what we've got here, the cannons are down, the Marines come in, and now this tank, which has got 3 kills, of which are I think 1 or 2 cannons, and another one. So this again is a very, very clever rush, just off one base. There is no sign that LetaBot is going for an expansion, saying that it has got 400 minerals, so perhaps it could, but it's just screaming in the units. And now, oh, it's got oh wow, XIMP has got zealots. So can they turn the tide? There are 3 tanks, 5 marines, 1 medic, and these zealots seem to be on their way to zealot heaven. The forge is burning, which will mean no more cannons in the near future. And this tank, it shoots siege up because tanks cannot be healed by medics. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Siege up, yep. So it can range everything here, and it should be protected. Oh, this is insane. What is it doing? It's got only one gateway, and no carriers in production because it's building all gates, and that will cost it because the expansion is down. And even if it gets a carrier out, how many carriers can you build? Well, while marines and tanks are pounding at your door. In this case, quite literally, with Arcalite sieged cannons. So the cannons are down, and now it is up to what can you do? It doesn't go catatonic. It keeps building zealots, but against so many tanks and so much infantry. Look at that. Again, it's only on 300 minerals. All the rest is spent on units. No expansion. It is very, very quick. The assimilator goes down, and it's just rampaging around in the main base. And now XIMP cannot spend its money anymore because it's got only one gateway. The cannon here, oh, it's moving out of range. It is insane. It is insane. It is insane. Boom. Yeah. This is glorious. This is a very, very, very good adaptation of Martin Royager's LetaBot. It is so much more deadly. I don't know if it's got this implementation against all opponents or just against XIMP, but by the looks of it, it is very, very hard to stop this. Just a handful of marines, 1 medic and 1 tank. They can shoot up so much static defense at such a low price, and you need a very, very good defensive script to be able to withstand that. So, although the replay progress bar is frozen, it doesn't show, I think it's safe to assume that LetaBot will win this game. And the first game in the best of 5, oh, there's a forge rebuild, but dead as well. And LetaBot wins the first game of the finals, so it's 1-0 in the best of 5, LetaBot versus XIMP. Then again, we have another replay. I've been sent 5, so even I don't know if it is a 3-game punch-up or it is just a real best of 5, which means 5 games. Let me speed it up a little, because all these minerals being mined doesn't really help much, and being a caster alone, I cannot really make all that much banter for all these initial phases. So let's see, what have we here? No early barracks. We've got an economic build again, and let's slow it down a little bit because otherwise I can't see a real damn thing. XIMP is going forge first again, and now let us check out what it is doing. You get the same, you get 1 cannon, 1 forge, and something in the main. Now, oh, that is too fast. What have we got here? We've got an SUV, so will it try a bunker or a proxy barracks? There is 1 barracks here, and the barracks is floating. So could LetaBot actually have learned mech in the meanwhile? Oh no, it's landed again. So either it's going to be the same push with about 5 marines and a medic and 1 tank, or it's going to do something completely different. Now, XIMP has got a bit more of a time advantage because the map is a little bigger, but so far it seems 2 cannons here. I don't know why. 2 more here would have bought it a little more time previous game versus all the marine and tank aggression. And what is it doing? What's it doing? It's going for the fast expand again. All the while LetaBot defends its ramp. We've got 3 marines, we've got... What are you doing? Oh, it's got... Oh, look at that. This probe and SCV is stuck in a deadly dance. No, the SCV gives up as well. I'm out of here. And LetaBot is going for the academy and for the tank with siege mode. So I think we're going to see exactly the same game. The question is, because of the bigger map, can XIMP deal any better with it in the first game? We've got a Zealot out already, so it seems to be a little bit faster on the Zealots, which is a good thing. And oh man, it's investing so much money in infrastructure, but so little unit. Only 2 Zealots, and what's it saving all this money for? I don't know. I really do not know. And here comes LetaBot. 3 marines, 1 tank, 2 more, 6 marines, 1 tank, and it's doing stim. It did forget to bring a medic, which is a bit of an interesting choice. And this tank killed the scouting probe, so XIMP is now in the blind. And oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So we've got 3. Oh, these might just save the day if they are. Can this cannon here cover it? Boom. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Well, there is no medic, so if these marines run in too quickly, they can't. Oh, let me slow it down. It should be casted at normal speed because this is so glorious. These marines keep hovering around here, and this tank by the side of the marines is blasting down these cannons. However, will there be enough time for what? Where are the carriers? There is no fleet beacon, and these cannons are not going to be around forever, especially not if there are 2 tanks around. This is going to be painful. Because although XIMP is now on 2 bases, if you're losing cannons at this rate and investing in infrastructure at the same rate, there isn't a lot of money left for defense. And I don't know what these 3 Zealots and the Dragoon are doing, but they should be getting in there, and they should be trying to kill at least one of these tanks. What's happening here? What's happening there? What's happening there? Oh, there is the medic. So this push is only going to get stronger and stronger. LetaBot is on a lot. Oh yeah, here they go. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So we've got 5 marines, 3 tanks, and oh yeah, let there be a carrier somewhere. No, it's building. It's making such an awful choice to go for 3 Stargates and cannons here. It's oh, there comes the army, but it is now. I doubt if it will do anything because there are tanks in the natural and tanks in the main. 1 tank dies. These Zealots, they return. They seem to be bent only on defending the main, which is a grievous error because you can't run a 3 Stargate carrier build. Oh, here comes one. And I really hope it will pop because the marines are quite vulnerable, and 1 carrier can do very well against a 1 barrack marine build, even if they are supported by medics. But this is looking so hard. This is the Nexus. Protoss ground army is non-existent. Nothing is being built, and there is only 1 carrier on the way. So what do? Yeah, build another cannon. Don't build another cannon. Build carriers. You've got only a handful of marines. You can target them all down. But if you don't do anything about these tanks, you will lose all your pros. You will lose all your production, and it will not end well. Where's the carrier? Did it get cancelled? Did they kill? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear! It got cancelled. it got cancelled or built and killed, but these Marines are doing a hell of a job. Oh no, here it is. Okay, say even if it will pop, but what can it do? There are no minerals, or very little, only enough for about 8 interceptors, and once they've all gone, look at that, there goes the shield, and it's got to get out of there. It's got only 1 interceptor, and the place is flooded with Marines and fire bats. I don't know, why would you build fire bats versus a Protoss? It's beyond me, but once again, LetaBot is doing it. It's doing it with 1 base. It's got a sizable pool of minerals. It's got a comset which hasn't been used. So all in all, I could say that LetaBot is up and coming. It's got some new strategies. It's got a terrifying 1 base tank with bio push. And I can only hope that in the next game or games, XIMP will get its stuff together, because this is not going to work. This is not the LetaBot of old, which would only send some Marines into your base and hope it got the job done. This is an entirely new LetaBot. It is still on the same principle though. It's still a 1 base push. It's still very powerful. It has been timed down well. And even though it cannot really spend its excess minerals, it has done the job. Oh, and here we get a 1 carrier with 3. Yeah, good luck with that. No, it's too late. 2-0. LetaBot leads in the best of 5 for the Student StarCraft AI Tournament 2014 finals with 2-0 over XIMP. Now, I have 3 more replays. I do really hope XIMP will at least win this one, because otherwise the finals will be over so very quick. And okay, it's Circuit Breaker. Well, hopefully it will be a combo breaker, because if this finals would end in a 3-0 stroke strike thingy for LetaBot, I would be very disappointed. Okay, so let's put it on 8 speed for the first phase of the game. Again, this map is a little bit bigger than the previous one, so I do hope that XIMP will derive a little bit of an advantage from it. By the looks of it, we are getting the exact same thing, so a pylon and a forge. All the while, I don't know what this is. It is a wall, but at the wrong side of the ramp. Hopefully, or perhaps, no, I say hopefully, I want to see more games. It would be so hard to see XIMP lose out 3-0 after having fought so well during the tournament. It is a bit of a standard, well, not a standard, but it always does the same thing, but it does it so well. Just build cannons, after that tack up to carriers and send them over. It is such a strong build. In that respect, LetaBot and XIMP are very similar. They've got 1 main concept. Oh, look at this. This might very well be the nail in the coffin for LetaBot. Its joke detection has led it to build the wall off at the wrong side. These SCVs can't get out. I don't know what it is doing. It's got money, it's got a lot of money, and by the looks of it, it cannot build a factory. This one is trying to get back in, and neither of these is trying to get back out. Oh, that is such a pity. I did say I wanted XIMP to win again, but then again, I don't want it to win like this. I want to see a full-fledged battle. Yeah, here we go again. We've got the expansion. We've got the forge. Nexus is up, and we will get a small SCV probe transfer. Here goes the first gate, and oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, it really seems to be stuck. It's not robust enough. Oh, but we get a factory. So perhaps after the tanks have been built, this barracks will lift and it will get on with its build order. I don't know. Let's hope so. Let's hope. This is not good. This is not good. I've seen it lift its barracks in the previous 2 games with the new instruction set, but it is not doing so now. It is, oh, I can't bear to watch. Let's watch it. What is happening over at XIMP's place? It's now building more cannons here, which will be on time because there was nothing coming. And one more. Yeah, there we go. We've got the same couple of zealots guarding the main nexus. Oh, let's not do that. We've got the core, we've got the one Stargate, we've got the second Stargate, and about now I'd expect the third Stargate and the fleet beacon, so it can produce carriers, but it's going really heavy on the cannons now. I don't know why it's doing that. Why it didn't do that in the previous games. Oh, this is painful. This is plain painful. It's trying to build... I'd reckon it's trying to build a depot outside of the wall, because it's stuck at 18 supply. It's got a tech lab, it's got a factory, it's got siege mode done, but it cannot build anything because it doesn't build another depot. Oh, that is such a shame. All the while XIMP is going very, very heavy on the cannons, saving up quite a bit of gas. Here we've got another pylon. It's delaying the carriers and it's delaying the fleet beacon. Oh, what have we here? Oh, God. Please let that get the LetaBot unstuck if this SCV dies. This would be such a shame, a sorry turning point. What's it building? It lifted the barracks, and now it got... Oh God, this is not LetaBot's day. It's built another depot, but now it's walled in the SCV. So I really hope the next of its build order is not dependent on this little SCV, because if it does, it's never going to get out of there unless it's killed by Protoss. Now we've got the tank, and now we've got an extra SCV, so hopefully, I pray that this tank will come out, that this SCV, oh yes. Oh, this is so much better. We've got another barracks, we've got a depot coming, so there will be more tanks, there will be... What are you doing, man? Oh, this is not the way you play a finals. It is not. I mean, I can imagine updating your code for your bot if you're playing a one-trick pony like XIMP, but this joke detection is just horrible. And finally lifted his barracks to let the SCV back in to start building on another depot. And the SCV builds the depot here, gets stuck itself, and it re-lands the barracks while there are carriers on the way. There are a lot of cannons, and see these blinking Stargates is building 4 at once, 4 carriers. We've got the upgrade, and have we got... Yeah, we've got the weapon upgrade, and what's arriving here is only a small marine force. And the barracks is still in place, so the tanks can't get out, they can't siege up the cannons. It's building another barracks. Oh God, this is really a painful way to play. I can only hope it will build enough marines to put up a decent fight versus all those carriers which are about to pop, but I really can't see 20 marines or 10 marines, or how many are there, fighting 1, 2, 3, 4. It is insane. How can you do a 2-base 4 Stargate carrier? It is ludicrous, and these marines are camping the bridge. They are not damaged yet because they keep out of the way of the cannons. But you can't win a game versus carriers with a handful of marines camping the bridges. It's just not done. Oh dear, 1 tank, 3, 4 tanks, so if it muddles on a little bit more, it can only lead to getting this ramp blocked for marines coming out. Not that it's not blocked already, but what do you know? Oh, and this SCV is trying to go somewhere. It's spending a lot of APM on that, but it's not going anywhere. And we've got a building academy. Lift the bloody barracks. You cannot possibly mean to do that. You can't. Oh, and the occasional marine seems to die here. These cannons are not taking damage. We've got the first shield upgrade. We've got carriers. Oh, and there they go. 1, 2, 3, 4 4 carriers. They are taking the long way. I don't know why. This probe starting a new expansion gets cut short by these Marines. You're not going to break through this with Marines only. It's not going to work. And please lift it, please. Oh yeah. Oh no, get. Oh. This is not easy to watch. This is very, very hard to watch indeed, because all these tanks, they could level this bit of cannons in 2 minutes. But if get there, oh, we've got a range upgrade for Marines. So even if they can't get out, they will be able to shoot a bit further over the top of these supply depots. And we are getting a sizable Marine force here. What's this one doing? It's wounded, so it heads back to base. And yeah, well, there goes another probe, and oh, it might die. But this is not going to work. This is not going to work. They are convening here, and the stragglers are getting picked off by the photon cannons. All the while, death approaches. And while there are some Marines here with medics, which can be a very good defense against carriers, there is very, very little here in the form of defense. Fire bats again. I like the way LetaBot has been updated. Make no mistakes. The original LetaBot could not have killed XIMP on a big map, but there are some things. Oh, and here we go. There are some things I do not understand. Why fire bats? Why would you need fire bats versus a Protoss opponent? I cannot grasp it. Perhaps we'll have to do a post-game interview. I don't know. But the thing I do know is that tanks and build some more fire bats. Tanks and fire bats are not going to do anything against carriers. What have we here? We've got an observer. We've got 4 more coming. The Marines here haven't even touched these cannons, and we've got the next wave ready, almost. So that's a very good thing to do, but oh, this is a shame. Well, at least I guess we are getting at least one more game, as LetaBot was 2-0 up versus XIMP. But this is not the way I'd like to see it happen. If I'm totally... Oh, look at that. It's just one big ugly soup of siege tanks, Marines and fire bats. It is... Oh, God. No. These Marines... Oh, they are taking... Well, you can kill probes very well, but... You've got to fire on it. And we've now got 4 medics and 2 Marines. And they are healing. Yeah, you're not going to win that, or perhaps you might, or perhaps this fire bat has been of use this game. Okay. Meanwhile, the second group of carriers has caught up. We've even got an observer. Where is it? It's here. So in case there are ghosts or wraiths, not a bad idea. I do happen to know that XIMP has observers in its build for ages. But against LetaBot it has built wraiths, so it might make sense to send a couple of observers with it. No, it's not building wraiths anymore. This is not LetaBot, this is just a... Oh, it is LetaBot, but it's not about Shinsenyun, it's not about wraiths, it's about clever pushes, about timings which have been nailed down to the minute, and unfortunately, it is also about a very, very bad building placement. Now these tanks can go and attack, but by the looks of it, they are not going to do anything anymore. These carriers are on top of them, and they're going to kill each and every single one of them. Nothing shooting back anymore. 18 kills here. Oh, that's an interceptor with 2. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Nothing left. This is the last depot. And I think, yeah, this is GG. XIMP takes 1 back. It is now 2-1 for LetaBot. XIMP is down by 1 game. And although I got my extra game, my 4th game at least, this is not the way I'd like to have it happen. So let's bring it on. We've got a Python, and there we are. Okay. Let me speed it up again a little bit, because I've seen minerals being mined quite enough over the course of this tournament. And I must confess, I do not believe these bots will do anything else. It is a relatively small map, so if LetaBot does get its wall up in the right place and it will lift its barracks correctly, it shouldn't have a problem. I'm a bit disappointed actually that it's not no longer trying one of its insane bunker rushes. It's going to the wall and it's going to start with a eco-heavy depot first, pylon first, which will soon be followed up by a forge. I would have liked to see LetaBot do another bunker rush, just for the sake of it. Oh yes, and there we go. There we go, there we go. Okay, so this is the finals of the Student StarCraft AI Tournament 2014. The score is now 2-1 for the LetaBot versus XIMP. And the bad thing is that although both of these bots have been have been adapted for the finals, it has become clear in previous games that LetaBot has been upgraded in a much better way. It now does, except for a bunker rush, it now does a 5 Marines 1 medic tank push. Problem is that last game it built its wall at the outside and it couldn't deal with that. Marines, SCVs got stuck outside, wanted to build something inside. SCVs sent from inside to build something outside got stuck as well, and all the tanks got held up by the depots and the barracks, which first not lifted. Yeah, now it's lifting. So at first it didn't lift, then it lifted, and then it landed again. So basically LetaBot caught itself by the tail and kept itself blocked in. And this is just the same. It's the same. It's the same. 2 cannons. 2 here, and now we are going to get a fast expansion, and we are going to get a couple of Marines, just a handful. We're going to get a factory with a machine shop attached, which will research siege mode, and then it will just be 5 Marines and 1 tank advancing on the cannons, which will be built here, hopefully, because the first game there was only 1 cannon and 1 siege tank with a decent attack script versus 1 cannon does not last very long. There we go, we have the core and we have another nexus. And well, this barracks is down, so perhaps this entire game will hinge on these 3 structures, because this seems to be tight at the underside and here at the top. So if LetaBot manages to lift this barracks, I dare say it will win, because here's the siege mode, here are the Marines, here command center it hasn't used yet, here comes the tank and there is still only 1 cannon. It's such a shame. XIMP is investing so very heavily into infrastructure, into buildings, and not into units. It's got a decent amount of probes. I think we have 21 probes, 2 nexuses, oh not start that again, 1 forge and 1 cannon. And here we go, we have 1 tank, 5 Marines, and everything rallies from these. Oh, there comes the medic and the range for the Marines. So it's a decent adaptation. It's very clever. It's not brilliant, but seeing the amount of work it takes to teach a bot this is very little, considering the effect it produces. Oh, here we go. Yeah, we've got another one, but that won't. Oh, it will get up, but this is just expensive. Tank will kill. No, it will siege again. It's got 3 cannon kills already. Boom. 1 more. 1 more, and no. Yeah, 2 tanks, 5 Marines. with Stim. Oh, let's slow down a bit, because this destruction is the last official bit of StarCraft for the Student StarCraft AI Tournament 2014. And these zealots are doing a decent job, but they've got no upgrades. These marines have, they've got medics. And in the back we've got 2 tanks, one with 4 kills and one with 0 kills, but they'll manage. Seeing how this is turning out, there are not enough minerals for carriers. Everything is going into a land army, and this is not going anywhere. This is just sad. I mean, all props to LetaBot, to Martin Royackers for recoding his bot to better deal with cannons. It couldn't have won without it, I'm sure, I'm positive, because Marines don't very much like to charge against cannons, especially Marines without medics. So this incarnation of LetaBots has learned to use medics, siege tanks and fire bats. I don't know. I've got to ask him. I must do a winner's interview. I have to ask him what's up with the fire bats, because it's ludicrous. They're not going to do anything except kill probes, and you've got siege tanks, so probes will be killed anyway, regardless of whether or not you're bringing fire bats. Perhaps he's nicked the fire bat routine from an open source bot somewhere, I don't know. I don't even hear if it's... No, it's fleeing. It's got only 20 HP left, so it says, well, let's not bother these probes anymore, let's leave that to a siege tank. And XIMP is slowly but methodically being carved up by these mainly fire bats and siege tanks. It's a sad end. It's a bit of a good fight. In the round of 42 it came first, and it made its way to the final. We have seen some very one-sided games in the round of 8 and round of 4. But in the finals it clearly couldn't deal with the aggression of LetaBots. It couldn't deal with the fast decision, with the fast build orders. It couldn't deal with the siege tanks. And it's just it's too heavy. We've got one, but with all these marines and medics, what is one carrier going to do? I just requested warp back to Aya. It's not even attacking. It's got some interceptors. It's now moving, but it is not attacking. So its attack script seems to be bugged. Somehow it cannot believe that LetaBot has. Oh, there it goes. But there are only so many minerals left. Let's count interceptors. There goes 1, 2 left. And it's on 1. It's taking hull damage. And the Marines have got it pinned down after chasing it from its own base. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. That is not a happy sight. And 2 more. Oh no, they live. That one dies. And now we have got a carrier with 3 left. And this is all the army. XIMP has got 2 interceptors left. 1. And we've got Stim Marines with range upgrade versus a carrier with a 1 interceptor and already hull damage. So what's it going to do? Now, the main base seems to be... Oh, that is a noble task for a fire bat to kill the last Stargate. Yeah, good luck with that. I don't know if you can do it. Back at home, LetaBot is steadily building supply depots to feed its barracks. Oh, and there we've got the starport. That may be a remnant or a part just of its own self. If the ground army can't find or can't kill all the enemy buildings, it will build raids to mop up the one left thing, but now we've got a siege tank and a fire bat. Okay, so this is the conclusion of the Student StarCraft AI Tournament 2014. The last building says boom, and it's GG. LetaBot by Martin Royackers wins the mixed division by 3-1 from XIMP by Thomas Vader. Congratulations. I hope you've enjoyed this broadcast, and I must say we'd like to see you on our website, which is SSCAI'14.com. You can participate, you can learn how to play against these bots, you can learn how to code these bots. or if you're just interested or like to get in touch with one of the coders or the organization, you can also come to Facebook/groups/BWAPI, which is Root War API, a program set especially for coding artificial intelligence in StarCraft Root War. Again, LetaBot wins 3-1 over XIMP and is the champion of the mixed division of Student StarCraft AI Tournament 2014. Thank you for watching and have a good evening. Bye bye!